Hi everyone, it's the Christ. Good morning, family. Beautiful day outside. God asked me to come in and touch base with you about judgment. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I was working out, keeping my body, trying to keep my mind and my body fresh and sharp, even as I get into my later years. Got to stay strong. Whew. So, God asked me to talk to you about judgment today. And when you pass on from this life, you are judged. But God doesn't do a bunch of judging because God understands that any judgment against you is actually a judgment against itself, being the creator. And God is not really doing all of that. God is like a good teacher or a good parent that allows you to evaluate your life and evaluate your own mistakes. So it's going to be you that judge yourself, but it's not going to be the base you that's in flesh or the lower version of you that's in the physical form. It's going to be your original higher self, which is the same as God. So I guess God is judging you, but it's not God's personality. It's going to be your own. It's going to be you going through your life and see what happened. And this is going to be on it. These videos that I'm making, you're going to be asked, hey, when you saw those videos, how come you didn't, believe? And they said, well, I didn't believe because I already had my own belief. Or I didn't believe because I didn't like the way he came across, or like the way he looked. Whatever your reasons for not believing, that's going to be for you to understand. They said, well, what about the message? Was the message, no, wasn't nothing wrong with the message. You were just talking about love and kindness. I just wasn't receptive to it. Well, I want you to know, God wants you to know, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, that's going to serve as sufficient evidence that you have heard this message. And it's going to be up to you whether you decide to believe or not believe. Ultimately, it's going to be up to you. But as you pass through your judgments of yourself, this is one of those things where this is your opportunity to become the best version of yourself, or at least to the assistance. So if God has given you the lifeline, later on you can't say, well, I didn't know. I was just out there and I didn't have enough help or adequate information. Well, this is the information. This is the lifeline. God just wanted me to let you know Christ is here, Christ's return. And there is a process of life and death and how we go. If you want to go to a place after you die where you could just hang out and chill for eternity, that's not going to happen because that's not how the universe works. The universe is not for you to hang out in happiness for eternity. It's for you to grow and become as better and stronger and help others, not just help yourself on God's strength, because you are God and you're going to need your own strength. You're like a seed and you have to grow up to be God. When you pass away, you're going to be like a little tiny universe all by itself, just a tiny version. And that's going to, as you go, you create a bigger reality, kind of like the reality that you're currently living in. And if it's going to be a great one, you're going to have the information, knowledge, understanding, and wisdom to build it. You're going to need morality and ethics. You're going to need, as we go through the degrees, you go all the way up to completion, through the God degree, defeating your lower self. It's the same thing. The cosmic struggle, the end of time, the Antichrist. That's your that's your story. That's your individual story as you overcome the Antichrist. The Christ is the love, the goodness, and it's your best self, and your lower self is at war with your best self. Because your lower self don't want to die. Your lower self does not want to die. It wants to live. You want to live. You want to continue to live. And as you become your higher self, you eradicate your lower self, and your lower self is not a lay down. It's not a sucker. It's not a chump. He's going to fight. Your lower self is going to fight for its existence. And that's good, because as your lower self fights to stay in existence, it pushes your higher self to overcome those challenges. Like going to the gym. If you go to the gym, you're going to train or meet resistance. And that's what you're training here. This earth is the school, it's your training, and it is the test. Hope you guys do well. I'm here to help you with the test. It's Nathan D. Elders on Facebook. I'm also pushing the Order of Singularity on Twitter. I'm not really good with Twitter, but the Order of Singularity means just the oneness of us, the oneness of God, the oneness of everything, and everything is energy. The entire universe is energy. The energy is a duality, it's energy, consciousness, duality, and I have a whole teaching, the whole degrees on what happens before life, what happens after death, and how how the process goes. I've been blessed with those deeper understandings from God for the universal consciousness, and I'm here to help and disseminate that knowledge to you guys and get things back on track. Look me up, leave a comment. Hope to hear back from you.